DMP Training Center. I'm Aaron McGee. Today we're going to look at the version 2.12 update for the XR series control panel. One of the items that we improved in the update for the XR series control panels is the wireless test. This test can be found in the walk test menu from a keypad, or this test can be run remotely from dealer admin or tech app. Now, what this test allows you to do as an installer is you can initiate that test, and then the receiver will tell all of the wireless transmitters on site to check in with the panel to make sure that they're communicating properly. Now, what we did in this update is we actually made that test more robust. This test will now force those transmitters to check in multiple times throughout the test. The test will run for about 5 minutes. And that gives an opportunity for all of those transmitters to perform those multiple tests, make sure that they're communicating properly. So as one installer on site, not multiple, you just need one installer on site to do this, you can make sure that those transmitters, where they are installed, they are communicating properly and are in a great spot to get communication back to the receiver. Now, when you run that test, if for some reason one of those fails, well, then you have a really good idea that that's not in the best location. I probably need to move that transmitter. Maybe I need to move my receiver to a better spot, but it will give you a clear picture of these transmitters are either good or they're not. So as that single installer on site, you can run that test and have all the information you need to make sure that it is a quality install for those wireless devices. Another item that we added to the XR series control panel is being able to identify whether events happened locally or remotely. So what that will look like for your customers is if they are using virtual keypad, when they start getting push notifications of the system was armed by a person or disarmed by a person, they can actually start to see now in those events that it was either armed or disarmed remotely. Or maybe even if it was an access event, if you have access control doors in virtual keypad and you can unlock and lock those remotely and you can momentarily access those doors remotely, you can start to see now that that was accessed remotely by whomever performed that action. So now it starts to give you more details in that history within the app on whether those events are occurring remotely or locally. So that's just a great feature to have. Gives you more insight into how the users are interacting with the system. Another great item is we now are sending a device missing message, and that allows you then to go into dealer admin and run a report of all of the devices that are missing. So for example, this is for your network devices that are attached to an XR series control panel. So let's say you have a 734N. And maybe that specific site is having some network issues and that device cannot talk to the control panel. Well, of course, that device will continue to operate, and that 734N will also store those messages and be able to send that to the control panel when those communications restore. But you as the dealer, you have the ability to go into dealer admin and actually run a report now and see those device missings. This will allow you to have a report that you can offer to your customer and show them, hey, these are missing. We would love to come out and take care of that for you. So now you have the ability to have more insight into your customer system and be able to provide that quality service to them. Don't forget that the XR series update can be found on dealer admin, and you can take advantage of the bulk firmware update to update all of your systems at once. Thanks for spending some time with us today, and thank you for your business.